Justice Department, when they looked into what happened in Ferguson, Missouri, found out something very interesting. It turns out that St. Louis County, a lot of different cities in that county, have been, in essence, taxing the poor and the middle class through fines. So they would pull over people more in those areas, and then they would assess them fines, and if they couldn't pay it, they'd arrest them, and they'd add on top of the fines. And it's a way of redistributing the wealth to the top and getting all the income for the government from the bottom. So it's a hideous practice, and it further disenfranchises the powerless. Now, a really interesting case of that, it happens in that same area, right outside of St. Louis, in a town called Beverly Hills. Actually, Beverly Hills, Missouri. It's a small little town. There's 574 residents of the town. Over a quarter of its revenue, and this is amazing, comes from court fees and fines in recent years. The amount of fines and fees, this is unbelievable, is $400 per resident. Look at that tax that goes to the people who can least afford it. No, don't raise tax on the rich. Don't raise tax on the people who can most afford it. Let's just suck it out of the bottom and the middle of society. And let's do it in a way that's hidden so they don't realize that we're getting all the government funds from them instead of from the people who are doing really well. So now, more amazing facts about this. Between 2010 and 2014, Beverly Hills made an average of 1,087 arrests per 1,000 residents for less serious offenses, meaning they arrested more people for such offenses each year than actually lived in the jurisdiction they patrolled, according to a new report from the Police Executive Research Forum. I don't know if that's a record, but it's got to be damn close. I have never seen anything like that, where they do more arrests than there are people in the area. I mean, that's how systemic and systematic it has become. It has taken over the system completely, the body politic in these small towns. They think, I got to get money. By the way, partly for their police department. Where am I going to get it from? I'm going to go arrest people. I'm going to charge them fines, fees, etc. When they can't pay it, I'm going to multiply those, and then I'm going to get money, and I'm going to use it on myself. I'm going to use it on the government. I don't want to get it from the powerful. That would be a problem. That would be hard. It wouldn't behoove me to do that. They might fight back. Let me do it to people who can't fight back. And by the way, every time they arrest those people, that goes on their record, makes their chance of getting a job much harder. Not only does it hurt that community tremendously, but it also hurts the economy. And so if you actually wanted to grow that community, well, you'd have a hell of a time if you're arresting almost literally everyone in town. Obviously, some are multiple arrests on a single individual. But to give you a sense of context here, that's more than 100 times the national rate of arrests for such offenses, according to the report. So it's not like, well, everybody's doing it. No. There's some parts in the country where it's far worse, some parts that are far better. In this town, it's 100 times worse than the national average. If you still think that in this St. Louis area there's no problems at all, and gee, I don't know why the black community doesn't trust law enforcement. I don't know why they don't trust the government. They don't trust the authorities. Well, this is why they don't trust them, because they've literally been robbing them blind for decades. And if they didn't pay the bill, they'd put them in jail. One last piece of information here. The Police Executive Research Forum, which has worked with hundreds of police departments across the country, had never before encountered the type of profit-driven ticketing policies it found in parts of St. Louis County, according to the report. That's why people are mad. Not just based on the traffic stops and the fines and the fees, because they had a clear sense that the authorities were not there to protect them, were not there to serve them. They were there to rob them and take advantage of them. And they knew that they could do it because they had no power. And they were right about that suspicion. That's why you have the hostility that you have. It's born out of deep experience. This is how discrimination works. These are its horrible consequences.